What is up, car addicts? So quite a bit has changed since I made my last money prediction video for the Mansion DLC, A Safe House in the Hills. Last time we only had a short 16-second trailer, one sentence of new info from the newswire, and the leaked info from a Spanish newswire confirming 3 mansions total. However, as of December 5th, we now have the confirmed new release date of December 10th, which previously was supposed to be December 9th because the GTA Plus benefits ended on December 8th, but Rockstar did change the GTA Plus benefits to ending on December 9th. So that's all been adjusted. I guess they moved the DLC a day back for some reason to Wednesday instead of the usual Tuesday for these DLC releases. Anyway, we of course have a new newswire with tons of info and screenshots, a dedicated mansion website showing off a bunch of different features of the mansion, and a full 1-minute trailer as well. So we have a lot confirmed, and I did make a full trailer breakdown, info breakdown. It's all in the previous video. If you guys want to check that out. But we have a lot of new cars confirmed, more cop cars confirmed, mansion upgrades, and a lot more. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to make an updated video as to how much money this DLC is going to cost based on the updated information we have. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the predictions and estimates based on the current GTA economy and the prices of similar recent content as well. So like the last money prediction video, this one will be broken up into a few parts: the properties, the cars, the upgrades, the weapons, and of course the clothing. So, starting off with the properties. From the mansion website, we now officially know there are a total of 3 mansions for this DLC. They are all reskin models of Devin Weston's old mansion, sort of like a 2.0 version, but obviously tons and tons of changes for the exterior and tons of features for the interior as well. So, the first location is the Tongva Hills location, which is literally Devin Weston's old mansion itself, which will again be updated like the new mansions. The second one is the Richmond location next to Minnie Madrazzo's mansion. And then the last one is the Vinewood location above the Vinewood Bowl. Now, as for the base price of these mansions, Rockstar has confirmed a ton of standard features including yoga, gym, pets, garage, mansion parties, security team, a cigar room, office or master control terminal, trophy room, secure vault, private hair salon, media room, and more. That's all included with the base price of the mansion according to the mansion website. Then we have the separate upgrades. So we have 3 theme upgrades to choose from: San Andreas Coastal, Los Santos Loft, and Vinewood Regency. And then we have the podium upgrade in the mansion to display 1 car in our mansion, the armory, a mini arcade, and a vehicle workshop as well. So this mansion with upgrades is basically a mix between the casino penthouse and the agency. So for the theme upgrade, I'm going to estimate between 500,000 to 900,000 for each one. For the car podium, I'm going to estimate 500,000. For the armory, I'm going to price it similarly to the agency at about 700,000. The arcade, I'm going to estimate 500,000. Then the vehicle workshop, I'm going to put it at $1 million. So if we add it up, that's roughly about 3.5 million in just upgrades alone. So now the biggest question is what the entire cost of these mansions will be. Well, thanks to Tez on X, Rockstar is giving $20 million to select creators to buy their mansion. Therefore, it's safe to assume the most expensive mansion will be $20 million with max upgrades. So I estimate the Vinewood mansion will be the most expensive with a base price of about $16 million. And then of course you add in those upgrades, and that's going to put us at about 19.5 million-ish, which is close to that $20 million mark. Then you have the Richmond location. I think this one will be 15 million plus upgrades, putting it at about 18 million. And then of course the Tongva Hills location at about 14 million, putting it at about 17 million with upgrades. And it's pretty obvious we're only going to be able to buy one mansion location at a time. Rockstar hasn't directly confirmed this, but it's pretty obvious. So let's just say an average of 18 million to buy a mansion with upgrades. So this is literally double my initial prediction of about 9 million in my first video, but obviously it makes a lot more sense now that we know all the features these mansions are going to have. So if you guys want a discount on the mansions, for those of you who don't know, even though most people in the community do, make sure you do the listing teaser missions now before December 7th. Completing all 3 missions will give you a $2 million discount on the mansions and a free $1 million as well. So essentially $3 million towards these mansions. Moving on to the vehicles. So at the time of this recording, we have 6 new vehicles that have been teased by Rockstar. So let's start with the classic Grotti. This one is mainly based on the Ferrari 365 GTB/Ford Daytona. Now, price comparison wise, the last 3 sports classic cars Rockstar added were the LSCM Cheetah Classic at just under 2 million, the Arenas Low Speed at about 1.1 million, and the Coquette D1 at 1.5 million. So this one is of course a classic Ferrari, so I'm going to estimate about 1.9 million for this car. Next up, we have the Pfister Supercar, which is primarily based on the Porsche Mission X. For those of you who don't know, the Mission X is an electric car. Now, the last 2 supercars we got in GTA Online were both electric cars. The Pipistrello at just under 3 million, and the Suzume at just under 3.1 million. So I definitely think that this new one, being Porsche based, will be more expensive than these two. I want to estimate 3.2 million for this Pfister Supercar. Next up, we have the Vapid FMJ Mark V. So this one is based on the Ford GT Mark IV. I estimate the base price of this car is going to cost about 2.5 million based on the pricing of other supercars. And in one scene of the trailer, we did see an HSW badge on it. So that HSW upgrade will most likely be about 2 million based on recent HSW vehicle pricing. So figure about 4.5 million with HSW for this car, plus of course the additional performance upgrades. Then we have the blue Ubermax sedan, which is primarily based on the BMW E39 M5. So this one will most likely be placed in the sedans class, and based on pricing of recent sedans, it's safe to say this one will cost about 1.6 million. Continuing to our 5th car, we have the new Pfister sports car. This one is based on the Porsche 928 Resto Mod by Nardone. Based on the pricing of recent sports cars, I'm going to estimate about 2 million for this one. And lastly, we have another Grotti Sports Classics car that was teased in the trailer. This one seems to be based on the Ferrari 308 GTS, and I estimate it will have a similar price to the other classic Grotti at about 1.8 million. Now, technically there is a 7th vehicle, which is the self-driving robo-taxi Vivinite. I don't think we'll be able to purchase this one, but if we can, it will probably be a Pegasus vehicle if anything, with no additional customization, and they'd probably price at about 1.5 million, considering the regular one that actually has customization costs 1.6 million. Now, we also have to factor in that Rockstar states we are getting multiple new cop cars in this DLC, and we definitely know how expensive those cop cars are, with regular prices being between $4 to $5 million for the non-trade price, the regular price. So let's say 3 new cop cars at about 4 million each, let's say. That's another 12 million right there easily. Now, we also have to factor in the upgrades for all these vehicles. Usually it costs about 500,000-ish to max out a car, if they don't have an HSW or a Monitech option, obviously. So I'm going to estimate about 3 million to fully upgrade these 6 new cars, plus another potential 1.5 million for the cop car upgrades. Then of course Rockstar also confirmed that the missile lock-on jammer upgrade will be available for the new cars and more older vehicles as well, and that upgrade costs 400,000 per car for those of you who don't know. So let's say we install that on 9 vehicles. That's being pretty conservative there. That's about 3.6 million right there just for that by itself. And we also have new drift upgrades coming to select vehicles. So let's just say 5 cars. The drift upgrade is 200,000, so let's say another $1,000,000 there total. And then of course Rockstar typically adds around a total of 15-ish vehicles for each DLC. So with only about 6 confirmed so far, there's at least 10 more vehicles that are unknown. So at an average of 2 million for each vehicle with max upgrades, we can add another 20 million to that easily. Moving on to the weapons, there are no new weapons teased at all, but sometimes Rockstar will sneak in 1 or 2 weapons in these DLCs, and they're normally priced between 300 to 400,000, so I'm going to estimate about 600,000 here in possible new weapon additions with upgrades. And lastly, in terms of clothing, we usually get a few different articles of clothing for each DLC, and usually the outfits are the more expensive ones, especially when they're priced at like 100,000 each. So I'm going to estimate about $1,000,000 to buy all the potential new clothes and accessories. So based on what we've discussed here, for day 1 content only, not including the drip feed, I'm estimating for the A Safehouse in the Hills DLC, it's going to be between $40 to $45 million to buy and fully upgrade everything for the update again, only on day 1. And this is assuming that you purchase the most expensive mansion with potential upgrades at $20 million, plus of course buying everything and maxing it out. Now, if we include all the potential drip feed as well, the grand total I'm estimating is between $65 to $70 million to buy and max out every single item in the entire update. So yeah, this is going to be a very expensive DLC, a lot more than I thought. I guess we didn't realize how expensive those mansions were. Plus, of course, HSW, cop cars and stuff being added. So it's going to be a very expensive DLC. And for those of you that are conservative players, even if you plan to just buy the mansion, let's say the cheapest one with barely any upgrades, 3 or 4 cars on day 1, you're still going to spend about $25 to $30 million. So if you have less than $50 million in GTA 5 Online, I would definitely keep grinding as much as you can. The yacht missions are currently paying out 5 times money NRP, so that's about $140,000, and they only take about 4 to 5 minutes of your time if you're quick with them. So I would definitely take advantage of that. And of course the Kyle heist, you could easily make over $5 million in 3 hours, which really isn't too bad. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, guys, to give you a better idea on how much everything will roughly cost based on the new info we have for the Mansion DLC. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.